Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Santola, and welcome to the Math 12R screencast station. Tonight we'll be looking at the lesson on determining at which point, if any, our function is continuous. Or if it's discontinuous, we're not going to look at a graph the way we have been in class for the last few days. We're going to be looking at it algebraically, trying to determine algebraically if a function is discontinuous. So to reinforce what we've been looking at graphs where the function is discontinuous, and we can tell that because there's a hole in the function. And just to reinforce that, you get a hole in the function when the denominator is undefined. So what you might want to do now is pause the video and go get your graphing calculator, because I'm going to be using the calculator in conjunction with this to show you how to determine even using the calculator. So I'll have to show your work, but you'll be able to check your work on the calculator, so I'm going to be showing you that. So if you need to go grab the calculator, pause the video and then come back. So if we're going to look at determining whether a function is continuous or not continuous, or discontinuous, we're going to take the denominator only, set it equal to 0, and solve it. So this tells us that at x is 0, our function is discontinuous. So I'm going to put the calculator up on the screen. So y equals 1 divided by, in parentheses, 2x, close your parentheses. So your screen should look like that. If you graph it, you'll see what the graph looks like. There you go. We graph it. You see the blue lines on the graph. Now let's look at the table of values. Let me grab the screen and put it here on the smartboard. If you look at the screen, you see here it says x is 0. What does it tell you for y value? Error. That means it's undefined. Okay? So we did the algebra. You have to show your work, but you can check your work now on the calculator. So let's take a look at the next one. 3 divided by x squared minus x. So to determine where the function is discontinuous, you take the denominator only, set it equal to 0. So that has to be factored. So factor out the greatest common factor of x. And leaves you with x times x minus 1 equals 0. You set each factor equal to 0. And we find out that we're going to be discontinuous at x equals 0 and x equals 1. So let's go back to the calculator. And let's put this in the calculator. 3 divided by, in parentheses, x squared minus x. Don't forget to close your parentheses. Let's take a look at the graph. So you see what the graph looks like. Let's take a look at the table of values. And if we look at the table of values, let me bring that onto the smartboard screen so I can make it a little bit bigger. You can see it better. At x is 0 and x is 1, on the y, you see it's in error. That means it's undefined. We got that result algebraically. We now use the calculator and you can get it right off the table of values with the calculator. Let's do one more. I want you to work on this on your own. I'll get you started. X squared minus 2x minus 15. Factor that, if the factor is equal to 0, and you come up with the values of x, where our function is discontinuous. So if you need to right now, you should pause the video to work on that problem. Factoring at x minus 5 times x plus 3. So we factor equals to 0. And we find out that our function is discontinuous at x equals 5 and negative 3. Let's check that on the calculator. So in parentheses, I will put in 4x plus 7. Close parentheses divided by, again in parentheses, x squared minus 2x minus 15. Close your parentheses. the graph. You have to show the graph. But as you can see, it looks like from the graph we're going to get some holes in the function. So let's check out table of values. And bring this one forth. And if you look at this, when x is -3, you have an error. And when x is 5, you have an error. So these are the 2 points of discontinuity on the graph. If you need to go back and replay the screencast, do that. So I've given you a couple of methods to determine discontinuity. The first method is the one that you must use, which is set the denominator equal to 0, factor and solve. Then you can check your work using the calculator. Make sure that you're putting the entire denominator or numerator in parentheses first. And that's the end of the screencast. So thank you for tuning in to your local Math 12R network. And in class, we'll be doing some more practice problems. So any questions you have on the lesson, please bring them with you to class. Please practice using the calculator and make sure you bring your calculators to class as well. So thank you very much for tuning in.